identify the main ideas from a story. If you remember, all the way back to yesterday, we studied the story, The Three Little Pigs. A lot of things happened. In the beginning of our story, the wolf came along, or first the pigs were out walking. Mommy had to let them go on their own, and she said, "Goodbye, piglets." And they had to go build a house on their own, didn't they? So then the first little pig, he built a house of straw. After he built that house of straw, the wolf came and he said, "Knock, knock, knock. I'm going to huff and puff and." And he ate the little pig. Sad story. Second little pig decided he was going to build his home out of sticks. Along came Mr. Wolf. Little pig, let me in." What did the pig say? "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The wolf blew the house down and he ate the little pig. Then along came the third little pig. He built his house out of bricks. Along came Mr. Wolf. Little pig, let me in." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." Uh-oh. What happened? The house didn't break because the bricks were really, really strong. So the wolf, if you remember our pictures, went, he sat on top and he waited and he waited. But that little pig was very, very smart. So he had that big bowl of water boiling over the fireplace. Down came the wolf. Splash. And he did not eat the little pig, did he? Now, that was a good way to retell the story, but we have to think when we are talking about a big story, Alex B., we need to think about the three main parts. We need to think about the main part at the beginning, the main part at the middle, and the main part at the end of the story. So yesterday, Mrs. Smith, if you remember, took all of those pictures and we pulled out the main three parts. Well, today we are going to be doing that same activity. You are going to be doing that with your story. So today our mini lesson, as we get ready for our learning time, remember this is our time to think. I can sit crisscross applesauce. I can zip my lips. I can turn my listening ears on. We did a quick review of using our pictures to tell a story. Today what we are going to do is go back and think about the 4 ideas that we drew. Mrs. Smith made a big mistake. Guess where I put my idea page? I put it in the trash can because I thought I was finished with it and I still needed it. Good thing yours is in a safe place in your writing binder because we're going to get that back out today. But who can help me remember what my 4 ideas were? Jenna? What was one of my ideas? I was at the beach. Have I written about the beach yet? No, so that is an idea that I could still write about. Aubrey, what else? When I took Kennedy to Disney World, and I decided I can't really write about that one yet because I haven't done that yet. So that's an idea that I put on here that probably wouldn't be good for a personal story because it hasn't happened yet. What else, Bella? You're right, the day that Mr. and Mrs. Smith got married. And what was did I already write about that one? Yes, yesterday I told you that big, long story. And then we had to shrink it down to the beginning, middle, and end, didn't we? What was my last story, Anaya?
When Baby Garrett was born.
When Baby Garrett was born. Again, that was a big, long story, and we had to shrink it to the beginning, the middle, and the end. So which story should I choose for today? Bella Kay? Well, I haven't been to Disney yet with Kennedy, so is that a personal story? Not yet. Maybe when we come back from fall break, that would be a great idea for me to write about. But what would be my best idea, Jacob? Going to the beach. Are you ready to hear my story? Okay. Once upon a time, I got on an airplane and we flew really, really far away. And I had to pack a big suitcase to keep all of my clothes in there for the entire week. I had so much stuff in that suitcase, I had to sit on it just to get it zipped. And then when we got there, we got on an airplane. We flew for 2 whole hours. It took a really, really long time to get there. And when we got there, we unpacked our things and we put them in our drawers. And guess what's the first thing that we did? We put our toes in the sand. And it was so exciting, but then we realized, we forgot to put on our swimsuits. So we had to run back inside. We put on our swimsuits. We came back out, and do you know what got into the ocean. But then I got a little bit of salt in my eyes, so then I decided it would be really fun, so I went and I jumped in the pool. And after I jumped in the pool, then me and my family went out to dinner, and then we went to bed, and the next day we woke up and we went in the sand, and we went in the ocean again. And guess what we did the next day? We did the same thing. Guess what we did the next day? We did the same thing. Guess what we did the next day? We did the same thing, and then at the end of my story, I got back on that airplane. I had to pack all my bags up, and guess what? My suitcase was still so full that I had to sit on it. I had to zip it up. I got on the airplane. I flew 2 hours in the sky. The plane landed. I got off. I drove my car, and I got home. Good story? Yeah. Is that a good way to tell my story if I had to draw all of those pictures? What's the problem with it? It's way too long. Now, some of those details were important. Was it an important detail that I had to sit on my suitcase and zip it up? No, that's probably not an important detail. Was it an important detail that I got on an airplane and flew to the beach? Yeah, that could be one of my important details. Was it an important detail that I put my feet in the sand and swam in the ocean? That could be an important detail. Was it an important detail that I forgot to put my swimsuit on, so I had to run back inside and put on my swimsuit? No, that's not an important detail. What about that I had to fly on the airplane to come back home? Yes. So I took that great big story, and now I have a beginning, I have a middle, and I have an end. So when I get my paper that looks like this, that we have worked on 2 times already, what am I going to draw in the top box? Oh, I like the way some friends have their hand raised. Bailey, what did I put in the top box? The very first thing I did. Who can help me remember what's the first thing I did, Thomas? On my vacation, what was the very first thing that I did? What was it? Riding on an airplane. He is right. At the beginning of my story, at the beginning of my vacation, I got on an airplane so I could draw a picture of an airplane flying in the sky with lots of details. What happened in the middle of my story, Kelson? Was that an important detail that I unpacked? Is that what I would want my reader to know most about? No. What do you think was a little more important about my vacation? What was the exciting part? What did I do when I got there that was exciting? That I would probably want to share with my friends? Putting my feet in my toes? Your words got a little mixed up, didn't they? You want to try that again? Putting my feet in the sand and swimming in the ocean. That is the part, that's the middle that I would love to share with my friends. At the end of my story, what happened at the end of my story? Jordan? Got back on the airplane and flew home. So my beginning picture and my ending picture might look the same. Is that okay? Yeah, because the same thing happened at the beginning and at the end. So today as we get ready for our independent practice, when you go back to your seat, you are going to get out your writing binder. You're going to open your journal, your writing binder to your topics page that looks like this. Yesterday, you circled a topic. Can you write about that topic again? No. 2 days ago, you wrote about another topic. Can you write about that topic again? No. So you need to look for an idea that you have not written about. Now, I know some of you have only filled in 2 of these boxes. If you have only filled in 2 boxes, you need to think of another personal story that you can write about. I want you to close your eyes. In reading, we are working on visualizing. I want you to picture in your brain the personal story that you're going to share with me. All right. Open your eyes. Give me a thumbs up if you visualize what you're drawing. Remember, beginning, middle, and end. For independent writing practice today, I will be looking for the share chair. The things I am looking for is to see friends who have good ideas. Remember, good ideas, lots of color, lots of details, staying on the topic. Remember, some of my friends aren't staying on the topic. You were telling a story about you. And also labeling. If you want to use the sight word wall as a tool to write a sentence, that would be awesome. Okay? This is also organization. Our pictures have to be in order, don't they? We have to have the beginning at the top, the middle's in the middle, and the end is at the very bottom. Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
My hand will keep moving.
My hand will keep on moving.
I will use at least 5 colors.
I will use at least 5 colors.
I will label with my pencil.
I will label with my pencil.
My voice is turned off. There is no talking when we go back to our seat. You need to get out your journal first, your writing binder, pick your topic, and write your personal story. You may go.
I forgot that was